Committee substitute number 2 for House Bill 1384. Clerk will read.
Committee substitute number 2 for House Bill 1384, a bill to be entitled an act to encourage the protection of shoppers from exposure to germs, viruses, bacteria, and other contaminants on shopping carts. General Assembly of North Carolina enacts.
Gentleman from Guilford, Representative Jones, is recognized to explain the bill.
Mr. Speaker and ladies and gentlemen of the House, this bill is a public health and public education bill. It passed the Health Committee and the Commerce and Small Business Committee. It's permissive legislation. All the stakeholders support the bill, including the NC Retailers Association and the NC Department of Health. There's no fiscal impact, and I recommend the bill to you.
Further discussion, further debate? For purpose, the gentleman from Robinson, Representative Sutton, rise.
Ask the bill sponsor a question.
For the gentleman from Guilford, yield.
Yes, I yield.
He yields.
Can you tell us what procedures will be used for this?
Well, this bill encourages local retailers throughout the state to provide sanitary wipes to clean hands on shopping carts. And the North Carolina Department of Health and local health departments will incorporate through their public education campaign information relative to the need for to clean sanitary wipes for the shopping carts.
Thank you.
Further discussion, further debate? For purpose, the gentleman from Onslow, Representative Cleveland, rise.
To speak on the bill.
The gentleman has the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe we're even considering this, to be truthful. I have been in some grocery stores recently where they have put out some sanitary wipes. I don't know why. I really don't. I think we're going to lead our society to the point where we're going to be so sterile we'll all just have to live in a bubble. You know, when I grew up, I think the saying was you had to eat a peck of dirt a year or you wouldn't be a healthy kid. And I believe that. My children were raised with the same idea, and I didn't have any problems with asthma. I didn't have any problems at all, health-wise, with them, outside of bruises and cuts. This is the nanny state really having fun. We have no business telling a grocery store or any place else what they should put out to protect you or I from a germ. Are we going to start sanitizing our dollar bills? How about the cashier? Just think of all the money she handles and the germs on her hands as she passes your food through the scanner. As I said when I started, I really can't believe this. I would hope you all vote no.
8 lights.
Mr. Speaker.
Let's have a 10-second rule. The gentleman from Stokes is recognized for 10 seconds.
I'll try to be brief. When I read this bill, I thought about the USA character Monk, because he's always using sanitary wipes to clean everything. And I think about in the grocery store, when you walk in, you wipe the cart down. What else are you going to touch in the store? George mentioned Representative Cleveland, the money the cashier's touching, maybe a telephone, maybe a seat. I mean, it could be endless what you might need a wipe for. So that being said, my 10 seconds up, I'll hush. Thank you.
For purpose, the gentleman from Watauga, Representative Tarleton, rise.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To speak briefly on the bill.
The gentleman has 10 seconds.
This is a good bill. It is a public health issue. In my previous life, when we would do rating sweep series, we would choose subjects like the amount of germs on items that you would normally think they would be there, and shopping cart handles was one. I can tell you, you would be amazed. And the Harris Teeter and Boone has these sanitary wipes there, and people use them. This is a good bill.
It wasn't but 15. That wasn't bad. Yeah. What purpose does the gentleman from Wake, Representative Dollar, rise?
To ask Representative Jones a question.
Yes, I yield.
Representative Jones, down in Section D, you're saying that the department, as well as local health boards, are going to be engaged in an education campaign. You have thousands upon thousands of stores. has there been a physical note done on this and what's going to cost the department to develop the educational program and to implement that program?
There's no money required because local health departments and the North Carolina Department of Health already have campaigns relative to sanitation, et cetera, and what they intend to do is incorporate this as part of their public education campaign.
Just speak on the bill.
Gentleman has the floor for 10 seconds.
There's no way you can have a new program and not have an expense.
For purpose, the gentleman from Jackson, Representative Hare, rise.
Ask Representative Jones a question.
Will the gentleman yield?
Yes, I yield.
You know, the stores I go to, Representative Jones, most of them have these little baskets that you can carry, but I noticed you didn't include those little baskets in your definition of things that needed to be sanitized. Was there any particular reason? I mean, do they not have germs like a shopping cart?
Well, the University of Arizona, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and the Food and Drug Administration researchers have identified handles on shopping carts provide the most exposure to viruses and germs, and it's most risky for infants younger than 6. Also, I've been in touch with the CDC in Atlanta, Dr. Olga Hano, who's a top epidemiologist. As you know, we have the swine flu possibility epidemic or pandemic, and shopping carts has been identified as the most germ and virus infected of all items that you can touch out of the 10 major ones that are listed.
For purpose, the lady from Guilford, Representative Adams, rise.
Speak on the bill briefly.
The lady may speak 10 seconds on the bill.
Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a serious issue. Now, if you put your children in these carts, they're putting their hands on the carts, they're putting their hands in their mouths. We all walk around with these little things with the sanitizer in it to clean your hands before you eat and all that kind of thing. Let's just pass this bill. It's a good bill. It's a health issue, and if we can keep folk healthy, we need to do that. Thank you.
For purpose, the gentleman from Cleveland, Representative Moore, rise.
To debate the bill.
The gentleman has 10 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, in 2 days we've protected bats, clotheslines, and now grocery carts. It's a good thing we don't have an economic crisis facing the state.
For purpose, the gentleman from Mecklenburg, Representative Tillis, rise.
To speak on the bill.
The gentleman has the floor. The gentleman has 10 seconds.
Vote no.
For purpose, the gentleman from Guilford, Representative Bluster, rise.
Speak for 10 seconds.
The gentleman has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Any consumer can take a wipe themselves to the store. I'm wondering if Representative Jones would allow an amendment to put a speed limit on the carts that you can push them down the aisle.
What purpose, the gentleman from Alamance, Representative Alder, to rise.
Speak on the bill.
The gentleman has 10 seconds.
We need to pass a law that requires people to wear rubber gloves when they go to the grocery store, like we require people to wear helmets on the highway.
What purpose, the lady from Carteret, Representative McElrath, to rise.
Speak on the bill.
The lady has 10 seconds.
Having a microbiology background, I do know that it is important to hand sanitize, but I wouldn't trust any retail store with my grandchild because you don't know what the alcohol content is going to be. We don't direct what that alcohol content is going to be. They are finding out. I'm over my time. Anyway, you get the gist.
Further discussion, further debate. Question for the House is the passage of House Committee Substitute Number 2 for House Bill 1384. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed will vote no. Clerk will open the vote. Clerk will, like the machine, record the vote. 44 having voted in the affirmative, 73 in the negative. House Committee Substitute Number 2 for House Bill 1384 has failed to pass its second reading.